What is up, everybody? My name is Kaycem, and on today's video we're going to be talking about how to draw dynamic arms from basic to advanced. I'll be going over all the easy tips and tricks, as well as a few anatomy tips here. Anatomy tips, not trips. And hopefully these things will help you guys out when it comes to drawing your own characters. Now, if it is your first time here, my name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, to all things related to character design. And I also currently work in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. So if you guys do want some free education, you like hanging out with my dog, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. And let's get today's stream started. Now, on today's stream, I got here a couple references for you guys. I've picked out a few diverse ones. You know, we got Zac Efron doing a little pull-up bar thing here. We've got, I always forget her name. It's like Patty Beef Mom or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't follow her exactly, but you guys know who. Lean Beef Patty, apologies. Lean Beef Patty, we got a few references of her. And then I also wanted to throw in another reference of someone that isn't super muscular, but you know, we're going to be drawing a lot of different characters in our time and career as an artist, and so not every character is going to be super buff, not every character is going to be super lean, right? And so we're going to have all four of these different references we're going to be using today, and I'll show you guys how to draw some of these poses out without being super complicated. You know, we're going to keep it nice and easy today. Now, for those of you artists in the chat right now, put an F in the chat if you've ever tried to draw arms like this. Put the arms up like that and you were just like, yo, what the heck is going on right here? What is this? I don't know how to draw that. Put an F in the chat if you've ever had that struggle before. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to not have that struggle anymore. I'll show you guys the easy peasy way to not have to worry about it. All right, so let's go ahead and put some of these references away, and I guess we'll get started on today's stream. All right, so before we jump into the torso, or before we jump into the arms, I should say, let's go ahead and kind of lock in just kind of a simplified torso here. And you know what? Maybe we can actually grab one from a drawing we've already done to kind of save myself some time here. Let's see. Are there any that I've already done that we could probably use? I think this one might be a good one. Let me see. Let me just kind of get rid of that color, the rendered color there. Yoink this one right here. All right, because again, today our focus isn't primarily on the body. Our focus is going to be on drawing arms today. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on here. Let's kind of slap this one on. Boom, bada bop, boop, bop. Easy peasy. And then what we'll do is I'll probably change up the way that we have the arms positioned. And so that will change a little bit. And I think that'll actually save us a little bit of time here. Now that I think about it, it's good to save time, you know, when you're out here drawing. So let's go ahead and get this one going here. So again, I'm just I simplified some of the torso, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of fix this one out to make it look a little bit nicer. Now, out of curiosity, I know that there's a lot of you guys here today. Some of you are new here, some of you are from the front page and stuff. But if you guys are new here, all right, I'd love to know how you guys came across my stream today. Just tell me in the chat, was it recommended? Was it on the front page? Was it because of a raid? Was it because of my YouTube channel? Was it because your sister's brother's cousin told you to check out my stream? I don't know. All right, just let me know in the chat. I'm kind of curious to see. But in the meantime, let's go ahead here and lock in some of the arms. Now, today, or I should say that in the past couple of streams, we've talked a lot about the anatomy. Like, I have gone to pretty great lengths with you guys to explain every single muscle of the body. And I think today I want to take it a little bit easier. We're going to take a step back, and instead I want to go over some of the more simplified shapes that you guys could use to draw arms. So this is going to be more beginner friendly today, and I think it'll actually help you guys out when it comes to wanting to draw a little bit more dynamic poses. All right, because here's the thing about dynamic poses. They're usually pretty hard to do. They're going to have the arms going up, down, forward, backwards, all of that stuff. And so sometimes knowing and trying to apply all the anatomy before applying all the basic shapes can actually make it a lot more difficult and challenging for you to even draw these things out, right? So we're going to go ahead here, and I'm just going to go lay out some of the forms, and we're going to talk a little bit about the anatomy, but I'm not going to go super in depth and do all the diagrams that we usually do, right? So we're gonna take it a step back here, and hopefully that'll be okay for you guys. Now, when it comes to drawing arms, I like to use a couple simple shapes here, and you guys can probably use these yourselves. All right, so we've got here the cylinder shape. You guys know cylinders, right? You learn about that in like elementary school. So we got here the cylindrical shape right here. And then from that cylindrical shape, I like to actually take that same length, and we're going to be using that again to actually just apply some of the same kind of shape there again for the forearm, right? So easy little tip and trick here. If you're not going to include the elbow section and the shoulder section, I usually like to do this thing where the upper arm here, and I'll do it in red, like right here. This section right here of the upper arm, this right here, is roughly going to be the same length as the distance of the forearm. All right, so easy hack that you can do right here. Again, this is not including the elbow and not including the shoulder. If you were to include those things, then yes, the upper arm is going to be longer than the forearm because you have the humerus bone, which is the shoulder, and that makes the elbow. So technically it is longer. But if you're trying to make it nice and simple, and just kind of that subsection there you go. But yeah, and dude, I appreciate you guys all coming in here today. Thank you for all the follows. I'm trying to like be calm today because I know that we got the front page and all that stuff, but thank you guys. I appreciate all the follows here. I also want to show you guys, yeah, that is true. So I know the links are broken today. Come on, man. F's in the chat for broken links, dude. But I will show you guys on my Discord channel every single time that I'm live. I always give you guys some free resources that you guys can actually download, follow along if you want to, and all that good stuff. And so today we have the worksheet here, which covers all the 4 references that we're going to be drawing from, as well as some of the drawings that we've done in the previous streams. So again, grab this one. I also uploaded what we did last stream. So last stream we covered how to draw arms from different angles, from the back view, when it's bent, when it's twisting, all of that stuff. So you guys can go grab that sheet there. And then last but not least, this is a sheet actually that I made last year in 2022, back when I was teaching anatomy. And this sheet right here covers everything from the skeletal anatomy, muscular forms, as well as some of the simplified shapes. So this is right here for those of you who really want to get into the nitty gritty, you want to get down into the details, highly recommend it. Again, these are free to grab, but only when I'm live because I want to reward you guys for coming out and watching my stream live today. But for those of you who are watching from YouTube or watching my VODs, I'm sorry, just come and watch me live, you know. That's all I gotta ask. And all of these resources are free to grab for you guys. But I do wish I could link it to you guys because again, my for some reason Stream Elements is bugging today. Hold on, let me try one more thing. I'm gonna try one last thing here with Stream Elements. Come on, Stream Elements. Work with me today, guys. Put some F's in the chat for Stream Elements real quick. I'm gonna see if this works. Come on, Stream Elements. YT. Ooh. What's wrong today? Stream Elements, my commands are not working today, so I'm gonna need my mods help. Mods, if you could just drop the links in the chat to YouTube and Discord and all that stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. I don't know what's happening today with Stream Elements, man. It's been lacking more recently. But anyways, yeah, if my mods can drop some links and stuff, greatly appreciated. But all right, guys, let's go back into the arms here. And today we're not going to draw hands. We might draw some hands today. I don't know. We'll see. How many of you guys in the chat struggle with drawing hands? Because if I get a lot of you guys who are like, Kaycem, please, hands are the bane of my existence, man. I can't. I need help, Kaycem. If you guys really need hands, I got you guys covered. All right. I'm on the front page today. I believe so. Yeah, I believe I'm on the front page. I didn't know, to be honest with you guys. I didn't know I was going to be on the front page today, but sometimes it works like that. But all right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the connection here. So we have here some simplified arms, right? Nice and simple. We've got here the cylinder shapes, and we've got there the I'm going to go pin the Discord link. All right. So again, if you guys want to go grab the Discord link right there, these are free to grab. All right. There's so many things going on here. This is free to grab. All right. So go check out the link there. And yeah, you guys can put the link tree as well. If you can grab the link tree, Romy, that'd be great. I think the link tree is on my IG though. So you guys can go check out the Discord there to grab all those free resources. All right. But okay, so let's talk a little bit about arms first. And now, look, bear with me, guys. I know some of you guys are not here for the anatomy, so I'm gonna speed run the anatomy real quick. All right, this is we're gonna put on our little doctor hats here, little medical hats. Okay, we're gonna speed run the anatomy, and then we'll get into drawing the arms. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Now, one of the first things I want to call out here is when the arm is raised, we're going to have that clavicle bone going all the way up here, and that's actually going to help raise the arm there, along with the connection of the scapula on the backside. Now, what's really cool, guys, and you can actually see this with the reference we have here, is that the pectoral muscles, also known as the pecs, the chest muscles, the boobas, not on him, but you know, all of that stuff is actually going to get pulled up here. And the reason why is because the pec muscles are actually going to be connected to the humerus bone. So the pectoral muscles actually connect to the clavicle, the sternum right here, the fifth rib right here, as well as the humerus upper bone there of the arm. So that's what's kind of going on right here. We'll see a little bit of that stretch there. All right. And then on top of all of that stuff is going to be the shoulder muscles, also known as the deltoids. All right. So shoulder muscles, if you guys have ever been to the gym, you guys know what I'm talking about. The workout lifting right there is going to kind of go all the way up here. All right. So that's going to be a major connection there for the arm, and it's going to be a huge kind of component there for creating some of the shape that we're seeing on the arm there. Now, as we go down to the bottom side right here, this is going to help you guys understand what the heck is going on here with this section of the armpit, because I don't know, I think the armpits are difficult to draw. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to lay this one out like so. And on the bottom, or on the underside right here of the arm, is going to be 2 sets of muscles. One of them you guys might know as, actually, let me test you guys in the chat. What is this muscle right here? How many of you guys know this muscle? Let's see. Any gym heads in the chat, or any muscle buffs out here? I'm gonna see if you guys know it. You don't have to give me the long name. Just give me the short name. No, not the arm. The armpit's not a muscle. Come on, guys. No, it's pit muscle, not the Bruce Lee muscle. Okay, good. It's the lats. All right, some of you got it. It is the lat muscle. And what's really cool about the lat muscle is basically the lat muscles actually originate on the backside of your torso. They connect on the spine, and they wrap around there and actually connect to the front side right here. But there's actually there's something else on here that I'm going to add for you guys. And that is actually going to be right here, a muscle called the teres major. Now, the teres major muscle is another cool muscle because this muscle also originates on the backside of the body. It's going to originate from the shoulder blade there, and then it's going to wrap around, twist with the lat muscles, and I'll show you guys really quick. And that's going to help kind of create some of that side back muscle. All right, so get you a little bit of them wings out here. So let me show you guys what that looks like, because it might be a little confusing to explain verbally. So you imagine here, so the red muscle there is going to be the lat muscles on the backside. The blue muscles are going to be the teres major. So this is cool little party info. You could tell at your next hangout with your buddies. You can be like, hey, yeah, did you know? Did you know we got these muscles in the back that twist and connect to the front side of the arm? I don't know. Okay, I have weird, really bad party info that I tell people, you can tell, but this is a cool one. All right, for those of you who are into anatomy and drawing, this is kind of cool because you have these muscles that originate from the back and then they come up to the front here. And that's actually going to help create some of the wingspan, okay, that you're going to be seeing on this character or this reference, Zac Efron right here. So that's going to help create a lot of the structure here for the armpit. All right. Now there's going to be a few other muscles I want to call out for you guys right here. Now we have here, this is where we're going to get into the arms. And again, I'm going to keep it nice and simple for you guys today, unless you guys want me to go more in depth. What are you guys in the mood for? You guys want me to go in depth today? I feel like today's an easy day. I feel like I've been testing you guys a little too much with all the anatomy. I feel like today could be an easy day. All right, let's make it easy. Or here's what I'll do. I'll draw it out on the reference here, so that way you guys can see it. But then I'll when we actually draw it ourselves, I'll make it nice and simple, so it's not too. I think it's not too complicated. All right. A little bit of a compromise for those of you guys who are like not ready. You're not ready for the complicated stuff. So let's go over the muscles really quick. So again, I'm going to verbally state them. All right. So we got here pectoral muscles, deltoid muscles right here. There's going to be the lats and the teres major right here, which we've already drawn. But then there's actually a few muscles going on right here. One, you have this one, and this is going to be called the coracobrachialis. It's a muscle that originates kind of right here and inserts into the arm there, and you can kind of know where it is by following this tendon on the line there. Now what's really cool is here, now you got the bicep muscle, you have here the the brachialis muscle right there as well. And then on the backside right here, you're going to see the triceps. So the triceps are actually going to be inserting right here. And there's going to be two sections here of the tricep that you can actually see. There's this more inner one right here. And then there's kind of this bigger one right here. And keep in mind that this goes behind the teres major muscle. Again, I'm giving you guys the drawing right here. And then when we actually draw it, we're going to keep it nice and simple. All right. So this is more for those of you who want the anatomy lesson. Now, because we are seeing the palm side here, the wrist, this is going to be known right here as none other than the flexor muscles there of the arm. That's going to go all the way down there, insert, and then here on the let's see here, because the arms are going to tuck in. Sorry, this is the medial side, so this is going to be the flexors on this side, like so, and then on the other side here is going to be the ridge muscles. Okay, now I know I sped run all of that, so again, you guys can check all that out on like YouTube or whatever, or you can check out the diagrams that we have here. But now when we actually go ahead and draw this one out ourselves, what do we actually care about? Because do we really need to know all these muscles, Kaycem? Is this something that's going to be important on the test that's happening later next week? Not necessarily, right? So when it comes to drawing out the arms, and if you want to go for a more stylized look, I always tell you guys, focus more on some of these simplified shapes that we're going to be seeing. And for example, one of those shapes I'm going to be talking about is going to be the biceps right here. All right. So the bicep muscle, very nice, important. And when it comes to drawing arms, I would say one of the best things to keep in mind is having a sense of rhythm, right? So having a little bit of that flow, some parts of the arm are going to stretch. Some are going to be more, some are going to be a little bit more defined than others. So here's a good example of that, where you can actually kind of see right here how, because the arm is stretched out this way, right, we're going to be seeing less of the biceps putting in work, and we're going to see more instead of the triceps putting in some of that action there. So we're going to go and define some of those tricep muscles right here, and those are going to be, again, kind of coming in here behind. So here, let's find that line first. Those are going to come in right behind the elbow. So here's going to be that elbow bone right here. And I'm going to put a little bit more of a nice bulge right here. Okay. So again, these are going to help create some of that rhythm of the arm and help showcase what's actually flexing and what's not. Now, again, all these other muscle groups that we talked about, don't worry about them for today. All right. So for today, we're going to just keep in mind, I would say if there's two muscles that you should probably get familiar with when it comes to drawing arms, it's going to be these two. All right. We're going to talk about the biceps and the triceps, because those two really help create a lot of the shape, a lot of the form there for the arm. All right, so let's go in here. I'm gonna lock that in, and then we're kind of good to go. Okay. Now, if you guys want, also, by the way, I'm gonna go unpin this link here. Can somebody drop a link to my YouTube channel? I think you have to either be VIP or mod, but I wanted to pin my YouTube channel as well, because if you guys like what you're seeing here today and you want to grab, more of the resources off stream, maybe you want to rewind it, play it back, all of that stuff, you guys can check out my YouTube channel. I'm fairly new to YouTube, so I do apologize, but I've been slowly uploading over there, trying to put my work in. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, my YouTube channel is right there. Thank you for dropping the link. I just pinned it on the chat. But yeah, my of all the days, today is the day where where my commands don't work. But okay, let's go ahead now. Let's go in here and talk a little bit about the forearm. Now, so again, we've mentioned how here the upper arm, right? We've got here kind of some raising going on. And really, we started off with some basic simple shapes, right? Some nice simple shapes there. And then from those simple shapes, we're going to go in and we're going to kind of piece in all of the other components of the forearm, talking about here the flexor muscles on this side, and then we're going to talk about the other muscles on this side. Now, what's nice to keep in mind when it comes to drawing out the arms is the arms usually have a little bit of asymmetry to them, right? So they're not just tubes. We started off with some tubes, as you guys can see, but now we're trying to piece in some more of the rhythm. Now, what I like to think of is the inner side of the arm here is going to have some kind of curvature from the flexors. And then on the other side here, we're going to have the ridge muscles here. So notice how there's a little bit of asymmetry there with the form. So you can kind of use that to give your arm a little bit more of a unique shape, right? And there you go. We've got some of the easy kind of shapes in there. Why are my eyes shiny? Because I have a lot of lights. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights here. A lot of lights, a lot of reflection to, you know, make the stream look super aesthetically pleasing and all that jazz. Light flex. More like electricity bill flex. Yeah. Rip. But okay, so we've got here most of the arm, and again, I'm gonna keep it nice and simple, right? I'm gonna keep it nice and light because again, today is gonna be more about a simplified kind of like how to draw more of the simplified forms and less about like, hey, how do you draw all the anatomy? I will talk about the anatomy just to kind of give you guys a little bit of info there, but we're gonna keep it nice and simple. Okay, now we've got here the arm for this guy right here, and when it comes to drawing poses like this, right, we're gonna go ahead and just put some slight overlaps because when you're actually drawing out your characters, you're not gonna see every single muscle, right? Not every muscle is gonna be important. Instead, let's talk about some of the major overlaps that we're seeing right now. All right, let me see here. Let's see. You work at the studio that made Castlevania. That series is amazing. Thank you. Yes, I do work at Powerhouse Animation. They are the studio that made Castlevania amongst other things. And yeah, I work as an artist over there doing a lot of cool stuff. But if you guys are interested, that's it's a little bit about me. I'll do a little intro later on the stream since we already did one kind of we did one a few minutes ago. So but yeah, also if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask them in the chat. Today's a pretty good day to ask some questions. You know, just feel free to ask away and I will do my best to answer them. Are you under NDA? Yes, I am under a very strict NDA. And honestly, when I told them I was a streamer on Twitch, they were like, I don't know about this guy. Maybe we shouldn't give him the offer for the job. And I was like, I swear, I'm okay. I'm not gonna leak anything. Please, please. They're like, all right. So yeah, but I'm on a very tight NDA. Like it's crazy, the NDA, man. I can't say anything to you guys, and I don't want to. We're just gonna be careful. So obviously, I'm not gonna answer questions about what I'm doing at work and stuff. But I can answer other questions that you guys might have. So feel free to ask any other questions out here if you've got them. Like questions about me, questions about maybe back when I was a software engineer. I used to be a software engineer, by the way, fun fact. Tell the new people about how you started as an engineer. Yes. So for those of you who are curious, I was actually a software engineer for about 5 years, worked in the industry, worked in the tech industry for a bit of time. And after a point in time, I was just really feeling down about not being happy with my life and not really enjoying the things that I was doing. And I decided that I wanted to make a career change. I wanted to go back to doing the things that I enjoyed doing when I was younger. And after a lot of hard work and stuff, I'm kind of where I'm at now. So right now I work as an animator. Yeah, I do some animation at Powerhouse, but I do also do freelance character design on the side. Yes, that is true. But let's go ahead and duplicate the arm now, because take a look at this, guys. See? Look, we drew the arm. In all this quick talking that we've done here, I managed to draw an arm really quickly. Also, I do run ads on my stream every hour, so if you are getting an ad right now, thank you again for sticking around for the ad break. I hope you guys can stick around afterwards. But yeah, I used to be a backend engineer, correct. But yeah, see, in all this talking that we did, we've drawn out an arm here, nice and easy. And then what I'm going to do, because we're doing digital art here today, I'm just going to duplicate it. Damn, dude, digital arts is so easy. What a cheat. There you go. Let me go ahead here and just kind of slap on some of the other arms. And hey, how's it going? Lola, welcome back in. Yes, I was a back-end engineer, guys, back in the days, back when I was deep in the sauce of the engineering life. But those were very, honestly, it's been a long time since I've done some coding. But yeah, I'm a beginner getting digital drawing and drawing in general. Which of these tablets would you recommend I get? Wacom Cintiq Pro or iPad Pro? I think it depends on what your budget is allowing for and stuff. I personally use the iPad, and I would always recommend the iPad any day of the week. I think the iPad's one of the it's a really great tool for artists, both professional and beginner. The only qualms that I have is that it doesn't play well with a lot of PC software and stuff. So there are limitations for it, but for an everyday usage of drawing and stuff, I highly recommend. Give us the nips. Come on, guys. Come on. You know, I can't look. If it wasn't a front page day, maybe I would have got rid of the red smileys today, but it's a front page day. We got to behave out here. All right. We can't let Twitch be like, hey, I regret putting this man on the front page today. So let's not. Doesn't the iPad feel small? That's actually a great question, because I use something here called the Sketchboard Pro. It's a stand that I put my iPad into, and what's really cool about the Sketchboard Pro is basically because of this, I can actually let my arm and my hand and my wrist rest right here on the side of my iPad, so I can draw easily on the edge here. I can draw on both sides, and it also allows me to not have to tilt my neck pretty heavily. So I think this is a super nice stand to get. And what's really cool about it is because I actually invested in this, I can draw for 12 hours a day, which is actually how much I draw on a daily basis. I know some of y'all are like, damn, that's crazy, but in all honesty, it's because I work, you know. So it's not like 12 hours for fun, you know. I draw for 8 hours for work, and then I draw for about 4 hours for stream with you guys. So it's all, you know, it's all kind of work related stuff here. It's not like I'm crazy. If I didn't have to work, I probably would not be drawing as much, right? But yeah, great questions coming in from everybody out here today. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I was not expecting there to be so many people today, to be honest. I mean, I was expecting some people to come, you know what I'm saying? Like I was expecting some of you guys to come out here. But yeah, also guys, I pinned all my stuff over there on the top of the chat just because my commands are not working today, which is a big ripperoni of all days. But thank you for coming out here. All right. Is this still with the affiliate discount? Yes. I do think you have the Europe version, Romy. I think there's a regular American version, but it's cool. It's cool. The European version's fine. I should have worn a tie now. I know. I should have got the suit and tie today. Tell us a journey from back-end engineer to art. Do you guys want to hear that journey? I did finish drawing this pose right here. So what I'll do is, if you guys want, what I can do is I'll, while I draw out the torso for this reference, I can talk to you guys a little bit about how I was able to pivot careers from software engineering to working in the animation industry. Let me know in the chat if that's something you guys are interested in. Put an F in the chat if you're like, Kaycem, I want to hear about it. That way I can just draw out the torso real quick. And then we can kind of just sit back and relax. But again, this is kind of the demo that I just did earlier, guys, showing you how you can take a simple cylindrical shape there and then talk a little bit about some of the forms that we're covering today, right? Some of the roundness of the upper arm there, the bicep and the tricep, right? Let me actually highlight some of these things because I think it's important. So notice here how the bicep is going to stretch. Good old stretch there. All right, stretch. And then here the tricep, it's going to flex, right? And then here we haven't drawn the hands yet, but maybe we should. Okay, I'll draw the hands really quick. I'll draw the hands while I talk to you guys about, I guess, a little story about me for those of you guys who are new here. So first of all, if you guys are new, welcome into the Kaycem crew. Again, my name is Kaycem. I teach everything here on Twitch from anatomy, gesture, perspective to all things related to character design. And I also currently work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. And I bring this up because I'm going to tell you guys how I ended up working for this studio, because that's not what I studied back when I was in school. So really quick, I guess to preface this, I've been drawing for a while, since I was a kid. Okay, I've been drawing for a bit of time when I was younger and stuff. And a lot of it was really just due to Saturday morning cartoons, waking up on a Saturday and really just, you know, enjoying and appreciating all of that stuff. And I know there's a lot of younger people here in the chat who are like, Kaycem, what the heck are Saturday morning cartoons? Can't you just watch cartoons every day on Netflix? Look, you youngsters, all right? You guys, some of you guys don't understand. There was a struggle, okay? Back in the days, you had to wait till Saturday morning. You guys, put an F in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, man. Put an F in the chat if you were one of those kids who had to wake up on a Saturday. Some people these days, my nephew doesn't understand. I used to tell him I used to wake up super early. The one day in the week I would wake up just to watch cartoons. And no joke, my nephew's like, that doesn't make sense. Why can't you just watch Melon on Netflix? And I'm just like, come on, man. Are you serious right now? Kids don't understand. They didn't have the struggle that we struggled with, okay? They didn't know that we had to walk so these kids could run. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I get riled up. Whenever I talk about my nephew, I get riled up. They don't. They really don't. And it baffles my mind. But anyways, one of the things I used to do where I would wake up and I would watch, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all of that stuff. And that was kind of my routine. And I would draw the stuff that I saw. Okay, but here's a hot take. Ooh, should I do this while I'm on the front page? Ooh, should I say this? What do you guys think? Should I say my hot take? Nah. I don't know. This might be too spicy. This might be too spicy for a larger audience like this. People don't know about the Saturday mornings. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say it. Okay, hot take. You guys ready for this one? Hot take. Digimon the anime is better than Pokemon. Just the anime. The games, obviously Pokemon 10 out of 10, no questions asked. Pokemon landslide victory. Okay, Pokemon is a franchise that's lasted the test of time. But if we're just talking the anime, Digimon is better. Okay, it just had some of y'all are like, okay, it's done. I knew. All right, this guy said the blasphemy out here, but no, I don't know, man. I felt like Digimon just had a much more interesting story. The stakes were a lot higher with Digimon. Okay, Pokemon, come on, man. The guy had no stakes. The most dangerous thing that happened in Pokemon Season 1 was Ash getting ganged up by a bunch of Pidgey thugs. Okay, that was it. That was the last time you saw Ash struggling. After that, the man was chilling, okay? He was living his best life. Digimon, they were out here, okay? They were really struggling. Okay, but anyways, what is this? Digimon Anima? Oh my gosh. Anima? Who did this? Who made this poll? I'm gonna vote hell yeah. Mods, come on, mods, you killing me. It's okay. So anyways, going back to the story, for those of you who are coming in right now, I'm just telling you guys about how I was able to pivot careers from software engineering to art. But as I was saying, I woke up, I woke up on Saturdays, drew all those cartoons and stuff. And when I was younger, thank you so much for the subs today. Oh shoot. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. XXXX, Natasha, to Noxid, Resbit, Dan, the BC man, Flesh and Friends, Sullivan was here, and everybody else were also contributing today for all the subs and the gifted and the cheers and all that stuff. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. And I'll make sure to give you guys another sheet later. Kaycem, are you a real Digimon fan if you can't sing the theme song? Who said I could? Hold on, you guys ready?
Digimon, digital monsters, digital something champions. Digimon, digital. I don't know. Okay.
Maybe you guys are right. Maybe I messed up there. But we're getting sidetracked. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. So as I was saying, I grew up watching all these shows, grew up and stuff, drawing all these things. And here's something that I always thought that was interesting. When I was younger, my parents were like, wow, you draw, you're so good. You know, I'd have teachers back in elementary school be like, wow, you drew this? That looks so incredible, right? And then as you get older, what happens? People are like, oh, you still draw? You still doing that thing that kids do? Wait a minute. Oh no. You guys know what I'm talking about? Put an F in the chat if you've ever heard that, if your parents have ever said that to you, or anybody, you've ever heard that, right? It's like when you're a kid, people are like, wow, you can draw. That's so good. I love it. Wow, this is incredible. And the moment you get older, they're like, oh, no. And so my parents were kind of like that. My parents were kind of like, you know, Asian parents, right? My parents were like, yeah, you know, you can keep drawing, but make sure it doesn't affect your grades, right? Because that was like the biggest thing that they cared about, was like making sure the grades and all of that stuff. And so they were like, yeah, as long as your grades are good, we're going to let you keep doing this little hobby of yours. Right. So I grew up kind of in that mentality, you know, Asian household. I would still study, get my grades and stuff. But I also was trying to draw on the side because I enjoyed doing it. And I thought it was really fun. Now, as I got older and as I got into high school, I started to realize that what I genuinely wanted to do was just to become an artist. But back in the days, I didn't really know what that meant. It's not like we had Instagram back in the days, and there wasn't like YouTube was still kind of relatively new. And so I didn't really know what it meant to even be a full-time artist, but all I knew was that I wanted to be an artist. And so one day I told my dad, you know, I sat in the car with him. It was like my senior year of high school. And I told him, I said, hey, I want to work as an artist. That's kind of what the career I want. And all he said was, how are you going to make money? Right. And I was like, that's a good question. And I thought about that for a long while, but again, I didn't really have a lot of resources to really know and determine how I would be making money as an artist. But I still, regardless of that, I still wanted to go pursue art. Now, another experience that I had was back when I was in high school. I actually chatted with my college counselor. And I told her, you know, we sat down together. She looked at my grades and stuff. And she said, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do after high school? And I said, hey, I want to be an artist. That's what I want to do. And she straight up looked at me. She looked at me and she said, if you become an artist, you're going to be wasting your intellect. 100%. That's what she said. She said, if you become an artist, you're going to be wasting all the things you learned and studied. You'll be wasting your intellect. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way because one, it gave off this impression that people think that art is kind of like what stupid people do, right? Like, oh, you're dumb. Oh, you should be an artist, right? But two, it also, I don't know, it also makes it feel like art, it just kind of showcases how undervalued art is in a lot of society. Like people think, you know, art is like an easy job, and or that art is a what's it called? Is a job where like you don't make any money. It's a bad career choice. All of those things, right? And so those were kind of some of the things that I heard. But I think regardless of all of those things, I still decided that I wanted to go and pursue a career in art. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do this still, even if it's something that people are telling me I shouldn't do. And so I decided to go in. And basically I went and, went to the art school, right? I went to a school called Pasadena Art Center. I don't know if you guys know that school. If you guys are artists, maybe you've heard of it and stuff, but, I went to a school called, Art Center in Pasadena. And I was there for a bit of time, for about a semester or so. But then I realized art school was super expensive. Okay. Art school costed a lot of money and I just didn't have the money to pay for it. I couldn't afford it. And so I ultimately decided to drop out of art school. And a few other things too that kind of led me to drop out of art school was not just because I couldn't afford it, but I think it was also just because I was also having a lot of imposter syndrome. Now, how much was it in America? It was roughly at the time about $40K a year. So if you kind of did the math, $40K a year times 4 years is about $160K plus all the additional taxes and expenses. So let's just round it up to $200K for 4 years for an art degree for a career that isn't even going to pay you that much. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be a little rough. All right. And I really couldn't pay for that first semester to begin with. And so I ultimately dropped out. And then also the other thing too was I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I don't know if you guys know what imposter syndrome is, but it's kind of like this feeling that you don't belong somewhere, despite you technically actually being qualified to be there. I was in this kind of setting where I felt like I kept comparing myself to other people, right? And I kept saying like, oh man, dude, all these people are so good compared to me. What the heck is going on? I can't be here, let alone afford being here. So why should I even be here? How many of you guys in the chat have ever felt that way, where you just feel like you're so behind compared to other people? If you're an artist in the chat and you've scrolled through Instagram and you've seen that like 13-year-old artist on Instagram and you're kind of scratching your head there because you're like, yo, I was never this good at 13. What the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? If you've ever felt behind, I think you know exactly how I felt back in those days. And so for myself, one of the things that eventually what ended up happening was after I dropped out of art school, I decided to listen to my parents, right? And I became a software engineer. I went to a university, got a degree in computer science, did all that stuff. And then I worked in the industry for basically 5 years. And in those 5 years of being a software engineer in the back end, being a back end engineer, I didn't do any art at all. Like I did zero art. And the reason why was because I just felt so upset at myself for quitting. And I thought that it was like too late for me. In my mind, I thought, what's the point of me even drawing anymore if I've already given up, if I've already dropped out of art school and everybody else is way better than me, right? Everyone else is still drawing and practicing. Here I am not doing any art at all. I should just quit and stop and not draw at all. And so that was my mentality for about 5 years, 6 years. I didn't really do any drawing. And it honestly took me up until 2020, so 2020 COVID, to start feeling like I was depressed at work. Like I kept clocking in at work. I was doing my time and I was just sitting there in the office and I thought to myself, man, is this really what my life is going to amount to every single day? I'm going into the office and like I'm doing work, I'm getting paid, I'm getting my PTO, all of that stuff, but I'm not even doing the stuff that I care about. And you know, the corporate lingo is always, hey, you're leaving an impact. The work you're doing is so valuable and important. And maybe it is true, but you don't feel it. You don't feel like you're leaving an impact. You don't feel like it's something that you genuinely care about. And so I just kept feeling like, man, this kind of sucks. Like, what am I missing in my life? And funny enough, I actually didn't think it was art that I was missing, because in my mind, I was just thinking to myself, you know what? It's probably just because I don't have enough friends. So let me go socialize a little bit. So I did a little bit of that. And then I realized it wasn't necessarily about having friends. I think it was just that I didn't really have a goal in my life. There was nothing that got me excited, nothing that made me want to wake up and the next day and actually, you know, pursue something, right? And put my time and energy in. And so I decided to kind of think back and I asked myself, well, what is something that I enjoyed doing when I was younger, right? And I realized what I did when I was younger was, as I told you guys earlier, I would wake up every morning or every Saturday morning and I would do those Saturday morning drawing cartoons. I would draw my Pokemons, my Digimons, all these Yu-Gi-Oh characters I'd make up. And I thought to myself, man, I want to get back to doing that, where I would just draw for fun, just for myself. It wasn't for people to see on Instagram. It wasn't because I was trying to get likes or views or whatever. It was just for me. And I didn't care if it turned out good or bad. You know, there was a satisfaction in that. And so funny enough, on my birthday, which was March 13, I think it was Friday, March 13, 2020. Okay, this was COVID. If you guys are in the US, you guys remember March 13 as being the day that everywhere in the US was on lockdown. For me, it also happened to be my birthday, and I got an email from work that day basically saying, hey, you know what? Don't go into the office that day because of this thing called COVID-19 or something. People were like, huh? What is this, COVID-19? And so I was like, sweet, COVID-19. Okay, I guess I don't have to go to work. And for some weird reason, I don't know why I decided to do this, but for some weird reason, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to stream on Twitch. I don't have to commute to work today, so I can spend, you know, my 2 hours where I normally commute. I'm going to try streaming on Twitch for the first time. And that was when I actually started drawing on Twitch again. And that was kind of how it all started. Because of that moment of me streaming that day on Twitch, I was able to draw a lot more. I made a lot of new friends and built the community that we have today on Twitch. And I started to really enjoy drawing again. I wasn't even thinking about getting a job or anything. It was purely just for fun, right? I was just drawing, just to do it as a hobby and stuff. And then from there, eventually, after about a year of streaming on Twitch while also doing my full-time software engineering job, I decided that I actually really wanted to do art. I think a lot of you guys really helped motivate me, by the way, so shout out to my Twitch community. Shout out to those of you guys who were there in my early days of Twitch when I feel like I didn't know what I was doing. My art didn't even really look that good, but for some reason you guys still stuck around there, so I really appreciate you guys for being troopers and sticking around. But after about a year of streaming on Twitch, I decided to quit my job and actually pursue art full time. And so that was kind of, I think 2021 was when I decided to pursue art full time. And I was mostly doing a bunch of freelance gigs. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it sucked. I kind of regretted it. And when I first quit my job, I was stressed out because I was like, yo, I think I might have just made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm not making any money. What's going on here? Like, I'm a full-time streamer. If you guys don't know this, streamers don't make a lot of money, okay? Unless you're like XQC or Kaycem. Shout out to Kaycem, by the way. Unless you're like at the toppity top, you're not going to be making like millions of dollars, which is like contrary to what people sometimes believe. And so I was thinking like, dude, what did I do? I just left my stable 9-to-5 job for something like this. But then I kept pushing through. I kept doing it, and eventually over time, I was grabbing some commissions here and there. I was slowly making more money, and then in 2022, last year, was when I actually started really picking up more long-term contracts, stuff like that, bigger sponsorships. And eventually towards the end of last year, I was able to land my first major full-time studio job, working for the studio that made Castlevania. So the studio is called Powerhouse. So I currently work at Powerhouse Animation right now. And that was kind of my journey from 2022, or even before then, and then just kind of grinding, studying and working hard for all those years and stuff, and eventually getting to where I'm at now. So that's a little bit of my story for those of you guys who are curious about me and kind of how I ended up to where I'm at right now. Yeah, but I currently work in the animation industry right now. I'm very thankful for it. I think things are a little bit more stable now, so I'm very happy for that as well. But that's my little story. So I guess the moral of the lesson here, if there's anything that I would tell you guys about anything here to take away from this, is that if you guys have a passion that you guys are interested in, whether that's art, music, or whatever have you, right? I want you guys to know that it's not too late. Oftentimes I find that people come to me and they say, Kaycem, I'm like X, this is my age. Is it too late for me to be an artist? Is it too late for me to chase my passion? I keep seeing all these younger folks who are better, crazier, and all these things. Is it too late? And I always tell you guys, it's never too late. I think especially when it comes to the art industry and stuff, I actually think that this is one of the few industries that don't require physical labor to be able to do your job well. You're not like, you don't have to be, physically fit, though I do think you should focus on your physical health. But you don't need to be super physically fit to be able to do this job. I think as long as you have the discipline, the drive, and a little bit of creativity, I think you'll be able to do this, to do this job and stuff. So I want you guys just to know that right now, if there's anything. Yeah, so Castlevania, the anime, sorry, not the game. And no, I joined after Castlevania was made, so I did not do animations for Castlevania. But I'm not going to say any more about that just because of NDA and stuff. Am I able to make up my own poses without looking at refs for character designs? Oh, yeah, we can do that. I mean, the reason why I'm showing you guys references today is because I wanted to show you guys how to break down these references. But I can do a quick one right now for you guys. Here's a quick little 1 minute, 1 minute gesture here where we have some pose. Here, we'll do like an arm going like this. And then we'll do another arm going this way. And then here we have the head. Okay, very sloppy. But yeah, we can just, you can do stuff like that. I can do stuff like this where you just kind of just throw in. But again, a lot of these are just basic shapes that you can kind of incorporate to your own workflow. And then, you kind of piece it in there. And then maybe we'll have like, I don't know, maybe he'll have like a leg going down here like this. There you go. Right. But yeah, no, I mean, I think having a balance of using references and then being able to draw from imagination and stuff like that, I think can be really helpful. So yeah. Thanks for the words, inspirational talk. Oh, no, thank you guys for listening. And I always appreciate you guys, hearing that story. Sometimes I get worried because I'm like, man, am I boring people with this story? But it's good to hear that some of you guys find it helpful, and valuable and stuff. Do you trace and then try the freehand drawing what you traced? No, we just draw these out. So I'm not really tracing anything today. We just kind of draw them out, though. I'm not saying you can't trace. I think if you guys want to trace, you totally could. But I think here we have a good structure for the torso now. So let's go ahead now and go back into talking about arms again. So we're going to go pivot back here and we're going to draw some good old arms. All right. Let's see here. Is it easier to use the white color instead of the eraser? Great. I get asked this all the time. So the reason why I use the white instead of the eraser is just because it's faster for me. Especially if I'm just doing my own drawings like this. I'm not really, I'm not like trying to make this look super nice or have multiple layers. So I'm just doing it here all in one layer. So I'm just using the same colors that I have. And it's a lot faster for me to pick out these colors on the screen than it is for me to, Than it is for me to go in and change tools from eraser to pen every single time. So that's kind of just what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of going in, picking out these colors, easy peasy. And I personally think it's faster, but yeah, it's really up to you guys. There's no like right or wrong way to do this. Thank you for all the help, by the way, Romy. Let me go ahead and update the pin. I'm going to hold the pin here. Okay, there you go. Cool. We'll do it like that. But okay, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the arm. First stream, loving the content. I was wondering if anyone knew the drawing software being used. I'm using Procreate right now. Yeah, good old Procreate. But let's see here. Let's talk about arms. And there was one more thing I wanted to let you guys know. There's one more thing I'll tell you guys about my backstory, and I think hopefully something that might be relevant to you guys. Okay. So the last thing I want to ask you guys is, how many of you guys in the chat right now are in the situation where you maybe want to do art, or maybe you want to do some sort of creative thing, but you feel like, maybe you're studying something else, or you're in school, or you're working for something else? Put an F in the chat if you're in this situation right now. You're like, Kaycem, I would love if I could be an artist, or I would love if I could do music, but I'm currently right now, my path in life is taking me somewhere else, right? If that is you right now, put an F in the chat, okay? Because one of the things that I hear often about the people who are in this situation is people come in and they say, like, I feel like I'm wasting my time, Kaycem. I feel like for some reason, like if only I could draw more, right? If only I could spend more time doing the things that I wanted to do, I'd be so good at it. But instead I'm stuck learning something else, or I'm stuck, studying something else, right? So what I'll say about that is this, okay? And I actually learned this from another awesome streamer, Healthy Gamer. If you guys don't know who Healthy Gamer is, check out Healthy Gamer, Dr. K. But one of the things I learned was that, interestingly enough, the time that you spent doing something else isn't actually time wasted. And it took me a while to realize this, because I actually used to tell myself this all the time, like, wow, Kaycem, how could you choose software engineering? Now, you didn't draw for 5 years. You wasted all your time. None of your skills are transferable and all that stuff. If only you drew more, you'd be as good as all these other people that you're seeing on social media and stuff, right? The thing that I didn't realize was, even though in those 5 years I wasn't drawing at all and I was studying something else and working on something else, the most important thing that I actually developed was something called discipline. All right. It was in those 5 years of not doing the stuff that I cared about, the stuff that I wasn't passionate about, that I realized that I was doing stuff without any motivation or drive to do it. I did it because I had to do it. I studied the things because I had to study them. I went to go and work because I had to go and work, right? Oftentimes I hear a lot of artists come to me and they say, Kaycem, I want to draw, but I'm just not motivated today, right? I'm sure you guys might have even said that yourself a couple times, right? And I realized that because I chose a different career in life, I actually was able to build so much discipline from doing that, that now that I do art for myself, I don't have to worry about having to feel motivated to draw, because in my mind, I just remember, dude, I remember the days where I was studying software engineering and computer science, and I had zero motivation for those things, right? If I can do those things, if I can do the work that I didn't even care about, I should be able to do the work that I do care about, right? And so that is one of the things that I want to let you guys know. For those of you who feel like some sort of regret, feel like, man, I'm wasting my time, you're actually not wasting your time. I personally think that a lot of it really is helpful in the long run, and I think contributes to your journey and hopefully your overall success in the arts. So there you go. I wanted just to let you guys know. Don't feel bad that you are, not doing art or whatever, or that you feel like it's too late because you're studying something else. I actually don't think that's a big issue. I think if anything, it's successful, because it's a good thing to be in this position because of the fact that you're learning this valuable skill. I would take discipline any day, because discipline is really these what's it called? The recipe for long-term success, right? Talent, all of those other things that you see, that's only going to get you so far. Being talented or being initially good at something can only really bring you up to the initial state. Everything else is going to be carried by your own personal, determination and ability to stick to the things that you want to do. Also, Rat Lord, hey, welcome back in. Let me give you a quick shout out out here, and welcome in everybody who's coming in today. By the way, appreciate everybody who's been following today. All of you guys have been joining. We're doing some arms today for those of you guys who are curious, and let's actually get into drawing some arms right now. All right. Also, let me drink some tea, dude. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've drank any tea here. I would shout out everybody who's been following me right now, but there's just been so much. So, apologies if I missed you guys, and yeah. All right, let's get into arms. We finally done it. We're moving on. Let me just kind of liquefy this a little bit here, and we'll get into drawing out this person's arms. And let me actually move her up just a tad bit. I'm gonna move her here, and then we can move Zac Efron down here, since we've wrapped up with Zac Efron here. This is what we drew earlier. Nice and easy arms, okay? But let's go ahead and draw her out now. And again, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it from basic shapes. We're gonna be focusing less on the anatomy today. And then we're gonna go in here and we're gonna draw more of these simplified shapes. And I'll talk about how you can start visualizing some of the forms on top of these shapes, all right? So first one here, let's go ahead and knock out the good old arm muscle right here. All right. Yeah, the stream is going well, I think. Are you guys, let me know in the chat if you guys are enjoying the stream. Again, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that I'm on the front page today. I didn't know I was going to be on the front page. If I did, I would have worn my nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my chill cozy today. My chill cozy shirt. But yeah, enjoying it so far. Nice. Shout out to the front page. Shout out to my first time viewers as well. First time front pagers. Yeah, if you guys are new here and stuff, I would love to know how you guys came across my stream today. Was it from the front page? Was it from recommended? You know, what's bringing people here today? Let me go and see it. So again, if you guys want the anatomy, right? If you guys want the anatomy, I cover the anatomy pretty extensively across multiple streams for the arm. So you guys can check that out. Today's more of like a beginner friendly. If you guys are a beginner, how can you draw arms, right? And so one of the things I want to call out here, let's just focus on this arm here. Notice how I'm using kind of these simplified shapes here for the arm. And what I'm doing here, and let me actually do one more thing. What I'm doing there is I'm trying to break down the arm into more kind of basic shapes, right? So here we're going to be using cylinders for the forearm and for the upper arm there. And then I'll also talk about ways to kind of ways to simplify it even more, so that way you guys can actually see kind of how to visualize it. So let me just kind of go in here and color this one out so it looks a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Okay, there you go. So the thumbnail, anatomy with reference. I'm currently working on anatomy skills. Nice. That's super awesome. Thought front page was something they tell you about and give you a certain amount of time for. No, I didn't know. I actually thought we got bot. Like when I started the stream today, I thought we got bot rated because I started my stream and it went from like 100, 200 viewers, and then it went to 300 viewers, and then it went to 1,000 viewers, and then I was like, yo, man, how I'm gonna get bot rated literally when I start my stream? But no, apparently it was just being put on the front page. So shout out to Twitch for doing that. I genuinely thought I got rated, and I was like, oh man, I gotta end stream and restart stream. I was this close to ending my stream. Thankfully, I did not. All right, so there you go. Let's go ahead now and talk about the arms again. All right. Yeah, it was the Twitch bots out here. So an easy way to think about the arms, for those of you who want a little bit more simplicity, is you can actually think of the arm as kind of like a chain link. Okay, you guys know how chains look like? I don't know. I'll do it right now. So you can imagine here, if the shoulder, this is the shape of the shoulder like this, right? You can imagine the arm as being a chain link here, where the upper portion of the arm is kind of wider here on this outer side and a little bit more tapered out here on the inner side here. And this is going to be representing like that bicep and tricep on here. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub. Oh shoot, that reminds me, guys, every time we do hit 10 subs on my stream, I also unlock a cheat sheet for everybody to download on the Discord channel. All right. So let me go ahead and show you guys, if you guys are new here, by the way, on my Discord channel, every time that I'm live, I always give you guys some free sheets that you can grab. We have here the worksheet from today's stream. We have here the worksheet that I completed from last stream. We have a cheat sheet here, which covers the skeletal and muscular anatomy of the torso. But last but not least, because we did hit that sub goal of 10 subs, I'm going to give you guys another sheet here. This is, again, free for everybody to grab. Okay, just go to the Discord link. You'll be able to grab that. But I'll upload here another sheet for you guys, and this one right here will actually cover the skeletal and muscular anatomy of the arms if you guys want a little bit more of detail, more than what we're covering out here on my streams. All right, so go ahead and grab these sheets. Again, these are free to grab until the end of my stream. Oh no, what did you guys do? Let me see this. Did we also have a wheel spin too? Sheesh. Oh man. Okay. All right. And apparently we hit another goal. We hit another goal. Should we do it on the front page right now though? Do gifted also count? Yes, gifted also do count. That is correct. So gifted subs, all those subs and stuff. Is there a specific stand you use to draw on? Yes, it's called the Sketchboard Pro. I would show you guys the command, but my commands don't work today, unfortunately. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead first. I'm going to go lock in the arm for you guys. And then after that, we'll go into doing a little bit of a wheel spin, a little raffle spin for you guys. All right, so here is going to be how I visualize the structure of the forearm. Now, the thing I want to call out here, again, is really that the whole point of what I'm showing you guys is that there's a rhythm to all of this, right? So you can kind of see here that the forearm is going to kind of go almost perpendicular in terms of the shape of the arm here, right? So you have the bicep and all of that stuff. And then here you're going to have let me kind of taper this one out. the forearm is going to kind of go against here like that. So you have this nice kind of rhythm, right? Balancing out your forms, and these interlocking structures is what you can kind of use to, you know, draw out your arms and all of that stuff. Now, again, there are so many different ways to represent the arm. So you can do it like this. You can do it as anatomy, or you can do what I like to do whenever I'm doing more gestural stuff. And I'll show you guys really quick. You can also do stuff like this, where you use some lightning, some people call it the lightning bolt technique, where you go whoosh, 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 like that. So you guys can kind of see how that works there. All right. So the lightning bolt technique is a cool, easy gestural way to kind of lock in all the basic shapes of the forms there. All right. But let's go in here now and let's go ahead and work on the arm here. So now that we've kind of laid out some of the structure that we talked about, let's actually piece some of it out here. All right. So let's go in and let's talk about the arm that we're seeing. So we have here the simplified shape. I'm gonna go on top here and let's lay out some of the muscles that we're seeing. Thank you for the Prime Sub too, Monatu. Appreciate that. Okay, so from this angle right here, we're gonna be seeing a huge muscle. You guys might know this one, the tricep muscle. Now the tricep muscle, interestingly enough, has 3 parts. Oh, surprise, surprise. But you'll only be seeing really a majority 2 out of the 3, because the third one is kind of hidden away. It's kind of tucked in there on the inner arm. So for now, let's just worry about the third one, these 2 right here. And whenever I'm drawing out these triceps, you can kind of imagine them kind of going in here to the elbow, right? And you can kind of see now, we're kind of just adding in a little bit of form, a little bit of volume to the structure here of that cylinder that we have, right? You can kind of see that now. And then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to also add a little bit of rhythm, some forms here for the shoulder. Keep in mind also that there are going to be some muscles here from the shoulder that are going to wrap into the arm, like so. Got there the infraspinatus, all of that stuff. So we're going to kind of piece that in there, right? Muscles? What are those? I know. I don't have muscles either, unfortunately. All right. So now let's go in and let's add that curvature. Again, we're going to follow this rhythm that I'm showing you guys that we drew earlier, that little diagram, right? So we're going to see a little bit of here, the bicep, but not too much, right? But I'm adding a little bit of a curve there just to kind of help establish a little bit of shape, a little bit of form, right? There you go. Nice and easy. Shoop, shoop, shoop. And then as we get into the forearm, there's going to be some other interesting shapes here. So here is going to be a muscle called the ridge muscles, and those are going to lock in here like so. Hey, thank you for the 21 months. B, how's it going? Appreciate that. 21 months. Kaycem Riz. And you can kind of start seeing here how we're piecing this arm and really adding in some of the rhythms to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, right? Notice how also there's a lot of contrasting curves when it comes to actually drawing out the arm. And I think that's one of the interesting things I like about the arm here, is that you can really start to see a lot of the shape design being utilized here. So you don't have to know, again, all the muscles, but if you know some of the basic shapes and all that stuff, right, you'll be able to kind of see here. I'll do it in red. We'll do it right now. And oh shoot, hey, thank you for the raid, Tofu. Appreciate that. If you guys don't know who Tofu Senshi is, an amazing artist out here on Twitch, fellow team member on my Twitch team, Artroverts. And let me give you a quick shout out, Tofu. Tofu Senshi. There you go. Yeah, add some more people in. Welcome into the party. Yeah, guys, we're doing some art tutorials out here today. If you guys are new here, we're covering today the arm anatomy, as you guys can see. So we're kind of going over some of the beginner to more advanced steps here. But yeah, guys, check out Tofu Senshi. And if you guys are new here today, let me give a quick intro of myself, because it's been a bit of time, or maybe not, but welcome in everybody. My name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective to all things related to character design. And I also work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. So if you guys want some free art education, you're looking to hang out with my dog, who is literally just sleeping over there, you know, leave a follow. If you're watching from YouTube, subscribe, like the video, and all that stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy today's stream. All right. Okay, but now let's kind of talk about, again, I'm going to highlight here some of the rhythms that we got here. So pay attention to these things because these are actually going to be subtle, all right? So notice here, notice how when you have the arm kind of in this position, how this bicep is going to be stretched, but the tricep is going to be curved, right? And then from here, notice how now this part of the muscle is going to be curved, and then this part's going to be kind of straight, and then you're going to see a curve here, right? And then a straight here. So you can actually kind of see how there's a bunch of like contrasting rhythms. So let me actually do the straight ones in a different color. So you can kind of see when you're drawing out the arm, try to look for some of these asymmetry because this will kind of help you be able to get some of that visual, make it look a little bit more interesting. Because if you guys have ever, I'll show you guys an example of stuff that I used to do when I was younger. But I used to draw arms when I was younger, when I was first starting out. This was how I used to draw arms. I'll show you in a quick second. Let me just kind of make her arm a little bit shorter there. Okay, this is how I used to draw arms. I used to go in here and I used to go like, okay, let me put a little bit of a round shape here, round shape here, round shape here. Look at my arms, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? And part of the problem with this is that it's a little boring. But also, it's not really true to the arm anatomy because you have here the same curve on this side and the same curve on this side. And then you got the same curve on this side and the same curve on this side. Looks good to you? Yeah, and I mean, maybe that's a style, right? Very DBZ style. But I think when you start having a little bit of rhythm and you have a little bit of gesture there, it can actually go a long way for helping the viewer also understand what the heck is going on with the arm and stuff. All right, so there you go. That is going to be the arm over here. Let me go ahead and finish this one out by just drawing in the hand as well. And I think we'll be solid on this one. And then I'll do the other arm there, which is a little bit foreshortened. But yeah, so today's stream is going to be focused primarily again on showing you guys how to draw these more kind of dynamic poses with your arms. You know, a little bit more gesture, that kind of stuff. And also do it without having to know too much anatomy. So I'm trying to show you guys, like, yes, we are covering some anatomy today. There is definitely going to be a lot of that, but also to show you like, hey, you don't actually need all the anatomy. You can kind of, you know, get away with just knowing some of the basic shapes and curves. But okay, I'm gonna do a quick test, guys. What color? Let's see if you guys were staring at this, okay? What color was the backpack in the background of the image of the girl? I know what you guys were all looking at here. All right, you guys were all looking at something here. What color was the backpack? Damn. Yeah, y'all thought y'all thought I wasn't gonna go check you guys, huh? What color is the backpack, guys, huh? What color is the backpack? She had a backpack. No, it was orange. Okay, it was orange. There you go. Yeah, that's orange, right? Is that yellow? I think that's orange. It's yellow? No. This is orange. Look, that's orange. That's clearly orange on the wheel. No. This is orange. This is yellow. You see? Nah, that's not yellow. That's orange. Really? Okay. Orange, right? This is 100% orange. Look. We're gonna go to values. I'm gonna go do. No, this is so orange. You guys are trolling me right now. This is like yellow. See that? This is yellow. It's a yellow orange at most. Do you guys see a different color than me? Yeah. See, hexa. This is it. See, hexadecimal wise, this is orange. Okay. If you take a look at the actual colors and stuff, I would say this is orange. Maybe it's a little in between. Okay. Maybe it's a little in between, but no, this is This is orange. Okay, somebody. Okay, we're looking this up. There's no. I'm being gaslit right now. I would say this is orange. I think I'm being gaslit right now. I have the hex code right here. I'm gonna pull up the hex code and I'm gonna look this one hex code right up. Okay. No, I feel like I'm being gaslit. Okay. E9AB67. Okay. What color is this? What color? Okay, this doesn't help me. Oh, dude, I think. Okay, hold on. Okay, maybe I think we're both right here. This is telling me this is a light shade of brown. Okay, saturated original, darker here, but it's also telling me earth yellow. Damn. Am I just insane? Am I actually crazy? What the hell? Do I just not know my colors? This is like an earthy. Okay, this is like an earthy yellow. All right. I want an orange color. What the hell is orange then? Wow. I'm shook. What the heck? Okay. All right. Chat wins today. Chat wins today. I mean, yes, the color there is also orange, right? But like, I'm still going with orange. I'm still going with orange. No. I don't trust the internet. Don't trust everything you read on the internet, okay? Don't trust everything you read on the internet. But yes, no, this is also orange. But this is more like a blood orange. This is more of like a blood orange, and this is more of like a brown orange. Maybe like a hint of yellow, okay? Maybe there's a hint of yellow in there. Okay. Damn. I'm saying it's orange. Don't at me. Leave me alone. All right. Let's go ahead and color out here the other arm, or this arm right here, and then we'll go ahead and do the other one. I'm actually being gaslit today. Kaycem in denial. Oh yeah. What's that one? What's that one audio? Denial is a river in Egypt. What the heck? That's rough. I can't believe it. You know, I'm gonna let you guys take it. Fine. Today, fine. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll today. We're gonna do a poll. No, we're gonna let democracy. We're gonna let democracy speak for itself. Okay. Backpack. Where's the chat real quick? Backpack color. Question mark. Okay. Yellow. Orange. What backpack? Okay. Serious question in the chat. Okay. You know, when I see it on the stream, I can see where you guys are confused. I think the stream colors are different than the colors I see on the iPad. Okay. I think the colors I see on the iPad are actually different than the color I see on the stream right now. Because if you look at the color wheel, it's a little different. Okay. I think the iPad might be, because look, I think when you look at it here, notice how the wheel here is a little bit on the rougher side. Like, tell me this is not on the orange side of the wheel. Dude, on the spectrum, do you guys see on the wheel? Do you guys see on the wheel right now? On the right side? That is literally on the orange side of the wheel. You guys trolling me. But I get it. Okay? What the? Hey, no. I think this poll is rigged. No. I think that, hold on. I think this poll is broke. I think we need to restart it. I don't think this is right. Hold on. I think this poll is broken. Let me end the poll real quick. I think there might be a bug. You know how Twitch has been, ignore that result. I think it's actually broken right now. Let me redo it again. My bad, guys. I think it's just broken right now. Okay. Backpack color again. One more time. Backpack color, question mark, question mark. All right. Is it yellow? Is it orange? Orange or what backpack smiley face? Okay. We're going to run this one again. All right. I want you guys to run this poll again. Okay. Run this poll again. And this time, please vote. This is a very serious, important vote for today's stream on what the heck this color is for this one, okay? I want to see what it is. I feel like I'm being trolled right now. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Okay. It won't let you vote? Uh-oh. That's rough. Okay. Anyways, let's go back here and let's go and do this arm real quick while you guys vote. I would say let's agree to disagree and let's put it at somewhere between, like a mustard orangey color. Okay? Mustardy yellow orangey color. That is what we're going with today. All right. But cool. Man, I think I'm going insane. Apparently it's yellow today. Majority of you guys are voting yellow. Wow. I think I might actually be insane. This is very interesting. All right, well, anyways, guys, let's go do the other arm really quick. And again, I'm going to do some of the simplified shapes that we're drawing. And then from there, I think we'll be good to go and we'll draw a few more poses out here for today's stream, all right? So again, I'm going to add in here some of these cylindrical shapes here that we've got. Boom, bam, boom. Nice and easy shapes here for the arms. And again, for those of you guys who are coming in here, you know, I'm trying to keep it nice and simple for you guys and show you that if you can do these basic shapes, I really think this is probably the key to having good arms and kind of like good drawings in general, basic shapes, and building up those basic shapes, I think will really help out. Okay, apparently, wow, look at this. Myra, you tried your best. 50% of you guys voted yellow today. Apparently that's the one. That's the winner. All right, we'll let it slide, I guess. What color is the dress? Yeah, I'm so shook. What the heck? Everything I know is a lie, apparently. Hey, thank you for the prime sub, Bisetti. Appreciate that. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and let's kind of lock in here the, notice how I drew out those basic shapes. Let's kind of lock in now and let's add in the rest of the form. So here we're going to add those lat muscles as well as the shoulder muscles. Those are going to kind of insert into the arm right here. We're going to have those juicy tricep muscles right here. We're going to have the inner one kind of locking in here like this. And again, if you can do the basic shapes, adding in here those other muscle groups and stuff will start to make a lot more sense. But I always tell you guys, focus on those basic shapes first, because those basic shapes really will take you a long way when it comes to drawing out the arms and all of these other details that we're covering, whether it's arms, torso, legs, which we'll be covering next week, and all that other stuff. All right. Oh, what can you say what the redemption was? Yeah, I definitely missed it. Sorry about that. Wait a minute, is Stream Elements back? Guys, Stream Elements is fixed again. Oh, baby. Hold on. Everybody type exclamation mark YouTube in the chat. I think we're good. I think we fixed it, which means I don't have to pin it anymore. Oh, baby. Could this be? Could it be Stream Elements has not forsaken me? I can't believe it. I think it worked. Oh, wait, I think you guys broke it. Okay, good. It's good. Okay, thank goodness. All right, guys, there you go. If you guys did enjoy today's, I know I'm jinxing it. Really quick, guys, I do run ads on my stream every hour. One's running right about now. So if you do get an ad, thank you again for sticking around for the ad break. Really do appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. If you don't want to see any ads, consider subscribing or using a Prime sub if you have it. But with that being said, thank you again for all your support. And I hope to see you guys after the ad break. Thank you. Thank you for the Prime sub, Spike Mare. Sheesh. What a crazy day today has been. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Today has been kind of insane. I don't know if I'm on the front page anymore, but if I still am, thank you everybody also who's coming in from the front page. Appreciate you guys. And also we had a puppy power redemption. Let me go ahead and put that in here. Puppy power redemption. There you go. There's my dog. Quick, reveal the secrets. All shall know the truth. The secrets will be revealed on my streams during the ad break. There you go. But yeah, I'm out of curiosity. I'm just kind of curious. Am I still on the front page, guys? For those of you who are coming in right now, if you're following my streams and stuff, if you're following my streams, did you find me from front page? Did you find me from recommended? Did you find me from, I don't know, somebody told you about me? Was it the raid from earlier? I'd love to know where you guys are coming in from today. And also, I want you guys to know, just a quick heads up, I haven't announced this yet because I've kind of been keeping it low-key, a little secret. But next Saturday, so not in a few days, but next Saturday is actually going to be my 3-year anniversary on Twitch. It's also my birthday, and also it's I want to celebrate 30K followers on Twitch, which we just recently hit. So if you guys want to come in, I would love for you guys to come in on my stream. It's going to be a subathon stream. You guys know how those go. I'll be doing a lot of different things. I planned out a lot of different stuff as well as a bunch of different events. I would love for you guys to come out there. It's just a fun time to celebrate everybody coming out here. Yeah, three big events all in one day. It'll be a long stream. It might become a 24-hour stream. I don't know how it'll be, but I would love for you guys to come out on that day, next week, Saturday. If you guys want to be reminded of that, make sure to follow on Twitch so that way you'll get a notification and all that cool stuff. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Thank you again for all the support, guys, out here on Twitch. I don't know. Yes. And I will also hopefully release a Draw It in Your Style as well, on that day too. So stay tuned for that one. Oh, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Yeah. You guys have been incredible. Today has been a really solid day so far. And I appreciate every single one of you guys coming out here. You know, I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words, I guess, because I didn't think I was going to be on front page today. So I don't know. Usually if I'm on front page, like if I know I'm going to be on front page, I'll prep a little, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll do a little bit more and stuff, but this is, I guess, a true test of are you really a streamer? You know, if you get put in random situations like this, can you still perform? And I hope I've been doing that for you guys. I hope I'm not like, I don't know, hope the content hasn't been meh. I think it's been good. I'm having some good drawings out here. So I think that's all that matters as well. Where do I get my references? Pinterest and Google are my friends. Pinterest, Google, DeviantArt, Instagram, this is the good old internet. Nothing too crazy. So this is, I always forget her name. It's like lean Patty, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry. But I found these off of Pinterest from her. I think she's a great reference model for especially getting some good definition of muscle, because it's really nice to practice, you know, drawing not just male characters with muscles, but female characters can also have muscles too. Surprise, surprise, if you guys didn't know. Because you look like a Sims character? What do you mean? I have never heard before that I look like a Sims character. Guys, is it true? Do I look like a Sims character? Damn. I gotta start talking that Simlish. Yeah, I don't know if I look like do I look like a Sims character? Now I'm questioning my life. Make sure to connect your Twitch to Discord to get access to the subchannels. Yes, if you guys are subscribed, that is true. All right, but there you go. We got here another arm. Just kind of a quick one here to kind of slap on the forms and stuff. And I would say for this one, this is mostly an arm that's going to be in, it's going to be in perspective. So kind of keep that in mind when you're drawing this one out. So this arm is actually, or this hand is actually a little big. So let me kind of shrink this one out. But again, just keep your drawings nice and light, you know, don't worry too much. I would say really focus on those basic shapes first, because those basic shapes really are going to take you, they're going to take you a long way, in your art journey for sure. And also, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Leave a question out here if you're curious about me, about what we do on my streams, what the boot camps are about, for example, or if you're just curious about today's stream and like what we're studying today. I always love answering questions on my stream. It's probably the big reason why I'm out here on Twitch, is to help you guys out and have these type of conversations on this platform. When do you prefer drawing? Right now it's 9 o'clock in the stream, and also I wake up every day at 6 a.m. in the morning, so I'm 100%, without a doubt, no questions asked, a morning person. I love being a morning person. I know that might be crazy to some of you guys, but there's thrill and enjoyment in waking up early, okay, and getting stuff done first thing in the day. I love it. Nothing beats that feeling, for me at least. Check her shirt next to the backpack is orange. Hey, that's what I like to hear. I agree. I think it is orange too. 100%. What time do I go to bed? I go to bed at about like 12-ish. So I get about like 6 hours of sleep, sometimes a little bit more, but usually it's around 12-ish. My doctor says it's okay. So as long as the doctor says it's fine. Yeah. Damn, 4:30. But also, yeah, for those of you guys who are curious about my boot camp and stuff, let me give you guys a quick little info about that. So on here on Twitch, basically I teach art on the platform. So I cover everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, and all things related to character design. And so I run a 30-day challenge that everyone can actually join. It's completely free to join on my stream. All that I ask is you guys either come out, watch me live, or you join me on YouTube. Check out my YouTube link there, and you can see the videos I'll be uploading for the bootcamp. And it's a free thing. And also there are some resources on the Discord channel that you guys can also grab as well. And these are free to grab here until the end of my stream. So just keep that in mind. But really the big reason why I even do this on the platform is because I understand what it feels like to want to be able to improve your skills. You want to get better as an artist, but maybe you don't have the financial means to buy books or classes or all those things. And I don't want anyone to feel like art is being gate kept, right? I want you guys to have as much accessibility to art and improving your skills. All that I ask is you come out and put in the time and the effort, and I will do my best to give you all the things that I've learned from art schools, from industry experience, and all of that stuff. All right. Yeah. I know firsthand what it feels like to like that really shitty feeling of wanting to do something, wanting to improve, but you're like, man, I can't pay for it. Like, that's the big reason why I dropped out of art school, was because I couldn't pay for art school. And it really made me so frustrated too, because to the point where I gave up art for a very long time. But I don't want anyone to feel that way. And so, yeah, this is kind of why I do that. What digital art apps do you use? I primarily use Procreate for personal work, and then I use Clip Studio Paint for professional work. And then when it comes to, I also know how to use Photoshop too, but I haven't used Photoshop. I use Photoshop now mostly for like editing images and stuff. So stuff like my YouTube thumbnails, those kind of things. I mostly use Photoshop for that. But now I'm in terms of drawing and stuff, I'm mostly using CSP and Procreate, my bread and butter. All right, but let's do a few more. Hopefully you guys are okay. Yeah, you guys are chilling out here. Let me know in the chat. What would be a typical day at your work? I'm animating some scenes. I spend a whole day doing that. I get reviews from my supervisors. I do some draw overs and also critique other people's art and stuff. And yeah, we're all in this process of trying to make cool shows. That's kind of what I do for work. You guys are good? Okay, cool. Nice. All right, so let me go ahead and color out this Zac Efron drawing that we did here. And I think we'll move on to a few more references that we have today. I want to try to get to as many as we can, and I think we're on a good pace. I think we've been drawing a good amount today. Good amount of arms and different varieties, so. Yeah, I like to just kind of put in put in a little bit of color here just to kind of visualize it and help kind of make it stand out from the silhouette that we got here. Okay. There you go. We got here good old Zac Efron with his arms stretched out. Okay, let's do a few more things. Oops. And then we'll do some other poses. This informational. Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, sometimes I worry about doing educational content on Twitch because I'm always like, man, who wants to see educational content out here, But I'm glad that there's actually an audience and a desire for people out here who do want to, learn and see these type of things out here on Twitch. So I appreciate those of you guys who are being nerdy, on Twitch. Because if you guys know, you guys have been here, you guys are all Twitch viewers and stuff. You guys know what people mostly see here on Twitch is going to be games and stuff, right? So games, and even if you go to an art stream, even art streams are not going to be like, mostly educational. There's going to be a lot of fan art or different varieties of things. So I'm always like, man, do people really want to see this stuff? Because like, I don't know, but whenever I go live and you guys are here, it's like, okay, cool. I feel a little better that we're here and people are checking it out. So shout out to you guys. All right, but there you go. We got here arms on arms all day, every day. That type of content, even if it's not related to art. And personally, I love being here, always learning a lot. Thank you. Appreciate that, Cambia. And again, thank you guys for all of you guys coming out here today. All right. Okay, let's move all of these to the side. We're going to say goodbye to these references here because we've got more references in store here for today. Plenty to draw. No holding back on today's stream. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Also, do you guys want me to color the muscles or are we good today on that? Let me know in the chat if you're like, Kaycem, I would like it if you also highlighted the muscles and stuff. Just let me know. Nerd gang. Oh yeah, this is a very, very, very nerdy stream. 100%. But let's go do the next few references here. Oof. These are going to be tough. Okay. I'm just going to let you guys know. These are not easy. Okay. These references are going to be a little bit of a doozy, but that's okay. I think we'll cover them out and we'll make it through. Oh, hold on. Spam likely call. Okay. And thank you again, everybody, for the follows today. Appreciate everyone joining in, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. Let's do... This arm is just so obnoxious. It just takes up so much space. Let's do that, and let's move... Where's this arm here? I'm gonna move this arm here. Make some room. Just trying to give us a little bit more space to work with. Okay, there you go. Cool. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move these references to the side. And you know what? Let's just do... Okay, I'm going to put this one away. I'm going to put this guy away so that we have more room for it. And we'll do one reference at a time today. There you go. Let's do this. The foreshortening on this one, yes. This is why I wanted to pick this one today, because I think this is going to be a hard pose. And actually, let's see here. Put an F in the chat, guys. If you've ever tried to draw your characters, maybe the hands are reaching out this way like this one, and you tried to draw it and you were just like, yo, this looks so bad. Let's see here. Put an F in the chat, because if that is something you struggle with, if foreshortening is something you struggle with, today we're going to go cover some foreshortening and hopefully make it a little bit easier. Hopefully we'll make it work out for you guys. All right. Well, here we go. All right, let's tackle some good old foreshortening on this one. I think for this one too, it'll be good for us to kind of lay out. So for this one, I'm going to go a little bit more gestural here. All right. So we're going to keep it nice and loose. And then we'll work on adding in the arms and stuff a little bit afterwards. Yeah, we're gonna knock this one out. I think the special thing about you is that people can watch you for the purpose of education, and also just as a side noise to entertain while working. You know, I've actually heard that a few times where people say that I'm a good like co-working stream to play on the side. It's interesting because I never thought of my streams as being that, but for some reason it turned into that too. So shout out to those of you guys who watch my streams and are not necessarily artists, but I don't know, still find my content entertaining. You guys are dope. Thank you. You're cooking while we speak. Nice. Yeah, shout out to my coworkers out here. Not co-workers, but like people who are working while I'm working. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up this one just a little bit, okay guys? I'm going to kind of bypass some of the torso, because again, we've covered torso a pretty good amount on my streams, and so we're going to be instead focusing primarily on arms today. All right, I know that you guys are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? It's too fast. If it is too fast, again, I would just recommend you guys check out my YouTube channel, where we go over more of these topics a little bit more in depth, where I go over the torso. I'll show you guys really quick as an example. So we go over things like this. We got the torso anatomy. That's arms actually, but more stuff like this, where I go over all the basic shapes, all the muscles on the front side of the torso, also the bony landmarks as well. So we kind of go over all of these different things for the back, and we also cover the head as well too. So that's going to be all on my YouTube channel. Yeah, you should check out Kitty Bit Gaming. Okay, yeah, there's so many people have been like, oh, you should check out so and so and stuff. There's so many people. Maybe I'll make like a channel on my Discord where you guys can post references for me to break down. That could actually be fun, where you guys go and you're like, hey, can you tell me what's going on here? Artist explains how to draw. That can be kind of a fun little series. All right, so for this one, I'm going to keep the I'm going to put the hand away first, and we'll just focus on the arms there. And again, I'm keeping this one pretty, this is like super gestural, because again, for this pose, I think what's most important is going to be the gesture and less about the particular details and stuff. And thank you for the follows, guys. Silly Spectre and everybody else coming in here today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying today's stream. All right, so we got here some of the basic forms, and you know what? Let's kind of throw in here the the neck here, like so. All right, little piece of the neck right there. Boom, bop, boom. We'll do the boobas as well. All right, we'll knock that one in. It's all about the gestures. Yeah, I think honestly, gesture is more important than knowing all the anatomy names and stuff like that. I think the anatomy, I mean, yeah, you can obviously, you know, it'll help you out, but it's not, I would say, the main. I don't think it's the main priority. Okay. But yeah, thank you everyone again for all the follows today. Really appreciate you guys tuning in and finding my streams interesting. We do a few other things too at the end of my stream, so just kind of stay tuned for that. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you guys have been here before, you know what we do. You just want to know all the names, you want to know all the secrets, the secret language, the dark arts of the anatomy. That's fine too. I think, you know, again, I don't think I think you should know anatomy, honestly, if you want to improve your skills further. But as a beginner and stuff, I don't think it's the first thing that people should look into. There's so many other, I think, valuable topics that I think are better to cover than than the anatomy, you know? But always each to their own too. If it excites you and it's something you want to genuinely learn, why not? Go learn the anatomy. Should I draw her abs and stuff? Maybe, or just put the shirt on? We can do it. I mean, we can do a little bit of it, I guess. Why not? A picture is 1,000 cookie crumbs. I've never heard that. Thank you for the D-shrimp, by the way. I think perspective is one of the most important things that we as beginners should start to learn before getting to anatomy. I think so too, actually. What should a beginner focus on in my eyes? I think beginner artists, if you're really first starting out, I would say really get comfortable with the basic shapes. I always talk about how basic shapes and stuff are so valuable, but people are like, oh, basic shapes, I don't want to draw boxes and stuff all day. That's so boring. But it's like, you don't have to draw boxes all day. You know, you can actually add some variety to your illustrations and maybe add some, you know, maybe with your boxes, you turn them into characters and stuff. But I think understanding how basic shapes work and how 3D form in general works, I think is actually one of the best things you can do as a beginner to really level up your skills, because seeing things in 3D can take your art so much further. And then stuff like anatomy, all of the stuff that you see here that we cover on my streams, all of that stuff kind of comes naturally afterwards, right? Basic shapes like Bridgman, I think Bridgman's a little advanced, to be honest. But I'll show you guys what I mean. So in the past, I've shown you guys how I've drawn heads and stuff. And so these are some heads that I've drawn for The Last of Us. Shout out to those of you who know Last of Us. This is Joel, my version on the left here, and then the HBO Max Pedro Pascal version on the right. And I show you guys to draw stuff like this that's a little bit more complex and stuff. I actually think it's better to start off by visualizing the 3D shapes first. So drawing heads either as a box or drawing heads kind of like this, but don't draw them flat, because oftentimes when you draw things flat like this, you lose out on the real understanding of the actual head and the skull and stuff. And it becomes a lot harder to go from a flat drawing like this to then doing something that's a little bit more dynamic, where maybe the characters are looking up, looking down, or whatever have you, right? So I always say visualize these 3D forms first, really get into that, and then from those 3D shapes, really build out the details. And I think another good fundamental to learn is perspective. I know people are like, perspective, I don't want to draw buildings, but actually, I actually don't think that perspective is limited to buildings. I think everything that we draw to some degree has perspective. Obviously, maybe not like more design oriented stuff, but for the most part, everything that is like related to characters, all of that stuff will have some perspective. I have a question. How do you get the widths and the lengths right when drawing body parts? Can I improve this with more practice or knowledge of anatomy? Yes and yes. So you can improve that by developing a more refined skill in anatomy. But also I always tell people too that there are things that you can do to simplify your understanding of the human body. So whenever I draw a torso, and again, I'm not going to speak too much on this, but whenever I draw a torso, I imagine the torso as being two three-dimensional squares. So you imagine this square shape like this, right? Here, I'll do it on the model. All right, watch this. This might be helpful. So imagine if you line up the clavicle here, line up the 10th rib like so, right here. All right. You take that kind of volume there. Then what I'm going to do is duplicate that. All right. Flip this one down. Flip this one down this way. And if you take a look at that same volume down here, actually is going to line up to the bottom there of the pelvis, right? So that's like a super easy hack you can do. And then all you got to do is bring in the volume on both sides here. Here, the pelvis obviously is going to change a little bit. So we're going to move it a little bit more this way. But you can kind of use that as a general guideline to help you get started with the volume of the torso, right? Easy peasy. There you go. And now we have here the volume of the pelvis and the volume of the torso just from using those two, using that square shape there for the volume, right? You guys get what I'm saying there? Hopefully that, I don't know, maybe I might have did that too fast, but so there are things you can do like that to help you visualize the volume and structure a little bit easier, because once you can do stuff like this, then you can go ahead and take stuff like that. And I'll show you guys what that looks like, how you can take a simple shape like that. And then from these more simple shapes, you can add more complexity, right? Add the rib cage, add all the details of the muscles and stuff on top of that. But it all starts out with simple, nice, chill shapes, and then you build it up, right? So those are some things I would recommend. But yeah, there are a lot of things you can do as well to study proportions and be able to visualize those things better. Okay, but let's go back on here now. So I think I've drawn out for the most part the torso and stuff that I wanted here for the character. So let's kind of go in here and start working now on applying some of the some of the details that we're going to be seeing for the arms, right? MDJ will find me. Modern day James, where you at? Nah, I love James. James is great. Highly recommend. There's so many online people to check out. MDJ, Proco, all of that stuff. Yeah, baby steps. 100% baby steps. Okay, yeah, but let's get into the arms now, because now that we've laid out the torso here that we wanted, and again, I'm just using some simplified gestures here. Let's kind of go in, and now we'll talk a bit about we'll talk a little bit more about the arms and how to kind of lock in some of the arms here. What do I do when I'm stuck in a creative block? I like to, whenever I'm stuck in a creative block, it depends. It depends on what usually when I'm stuck with something, I like to ask myself what it is that I'm frustrated with or stuck with, or what am I maybe lacking. So sometimes if I'm in a creative block, it's probably because I've been drawing the same things over and over again. And so it's about time that I, try to change things up a little bit. Maybe try to draw some new things, right? So I always say, first try to understand what it is that is causing that block. And then from there, try to see if you can address that. And sometimes it's just taking a break. Maybe you've just been tired out. You've been drawing too much, which also happens on occasion. All right, guys, let's go ahead now and let's lock in the arms here. Okay. Well, thank you for the follows, by the way. Chupaten, Ilowi, and everybody else who's coming in here today. Welcome into the Kaycem crew. If you guys are following, I'd love to know how you guys came across my stream. I know that we have a few front pagers out here. Shout out to my front page viewers. Shout out to my general recommended viewers. Shout out to my, people who just found me through the art category. You guys are cool too. But all right, let's go ahead, and you can kind of see here when it comes to drawing out this arm in perspective and stuff. One of the key things that really helps to draw this arm in perspective is to start again by visualizing on these basic forms. But also once you're able to kind of get into this stage, I think what's really important is going to be adding in subtle overlaps to the arm to help give it that illusion that things are overlapping other parts of the body. I personally think that this is going to be the secret to having good foreshortening. You don't actually have to, add all the details and stuff like that. Just adding in subtle overlaps across the arm, across the other parts of the body will really help sell the illusion that what you've got here is overlapping forms, right? Do you do non-digital art too? Either way, you can show some of your works. So I do non-digital work. But more recently I've been doing digital work for both professional and personal, just because it's a lot faster and less hassle, less cleanup, but if you guys do want to see the my work and stuff, you guys can check me out on Instagram there. I have all of that stuff. And then if you guys want to see my professional work, like what I do for animation and stuff, you guys can check out my portfolio. Actually, I have my link to my portfolio there. But yeah, thank you for the follows today. Irene, Marlon, blah, blah, Beldred, and everybody else coming in here. Art challenge is good too. Yes. Let me just read through the chat. But yeah, my Instagram has a few things on there that you guys can just kind of look at and stuff. I don't know. We have people here use Instagram, but yeah. All right, so now let's talk about the hand or the arm here. And keep in mind here, I'm going to simplify. Notice here, I'm going to just simplify the wrist as being this kind of box-shaped taper, right? And then you can imagine from that box-shaped taper there's going to be a bit of volume, right? So again, adding in all these little overlaps to the arm, stuff like this can really help sell that this arm is going to be foreshortened, right? It's going to be coming at us as opposed to just it feeling flat. So adding in these little details like bumps on the elbow there, details like the form there of the tricep, or maybe even adding a line here. Maybe I'll add a line like this that kind of gives us the illusion that the tricep is behind these forms. These small details right here, and I'll circle them for you guys. These are the small details right here that give off the illusion of foreshortening. All right. It's not about doing all the crazy, jumping details and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just subtle little illusions can give off the enough detail for the viewer to be able to see like, oh, okay, yeah, this arm is in perspective. It's going forward, right? So let's go ahead before I draw the hands. Let's go and do the other arm here, and then I think we'll be good to go there. But yeah, let's see here. Let's do this one. But yeah, I saw this reference and I was like, yo, this is a really good reference to talk about when it comes to drawing arms, because this is a tough one. And I'll do this thing too, where after we draw this one out, I will show you guys another way to think about drawing the arms that'll help you hopefully be able to visualize it just a little bit better. Okay. Is Ground Zero a personal story you're working on? Oh yeah. I mean, how'd you know about that? Yes, it is. It is a personal story that I was working on before I started doing more studio work and stuff. It was a webcomic that I was working on, a sci-fi webcomic, and I just unfortunately have been a little busy with work and stuff, so I haven't had too much time. But if I do have the time, I would love to work on that project again. It's a passion project of mine, as you could say. Am I hyped for Attack on Titan? You know, I don't watch the anime. I read it. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I do read the anime. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. let me figure out what's going on with her arm, twisting arm here. Okay. Yeah, so I read it, and so I already finished it, so I'm not like I'm not like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the anime to come out. But I mean, I've seen some trailers, and you know, it looks good. Looks good as far as anime goes, you know. But yeah, guys, again, the trick, I think, to a lot of good foreshortening is really going to come down to just adding in those subtle overlaps and really trying to sell those subtle overlaps whenever you're drawing out your characters and stuff, right? So subtle overlaps can really go a long way. So here, maybe we'll put the form here of the wrist kind of going this way like that. And then again, you can't really see the hand here, but you can imagine, or you can't see the hand yet, but you can imagine here the wrist kind of going in front of that form, right? And we're kind of adding a little bit more detail there. I've not seen Gintama yet. It's been 2 months since I started drawing. Is croquet an important step from now on? I don't do it as much as I used to, but I do think it's a good place to start. So you're talking about like figure drawing and stuff like that. I do think that knowing how to figure draw can be really helpful. For sure. Highly recommend figure drawing to anybody. But is it something you got to do every day? Not necessarily. I don't think so. I think it's really up to you whether or not you you want to. And you know, it's good to just kind of go back in on occasion and be like, okay, let me practice again what I forgot. Okay, but let's go in now and let's start adding in some hands. All right, so I'm gonna throw in some hands here, and then hopefully that'll be solid there. Okay, let's go do these hard hands. I'm gonna go and shrink the reference just a little bit, so that way we have some more room, and then we'll work on drawing this person's hands. We're not doing hands today, by the way. Like, I'm not giving you guys a tutorial on hands. We're probably gonna cover that on maybe Saturday stream. I'll have to see, either Saturday stream or on Monday stream. We're going to cover how to draw hands, so just stay tuned for that one. But we will draw hands right now, just for the sake of finishing this pose. Some quick little tips and tricks though when it comes to drawing hands. If you can ever try to group the fingers together, that I think is always like an easy way to draw hands kind of quickly and nicely. So if you can group it out, you're probably going to save yourself a lot of time. So just group those fingers out there, or you'll see the pinky, all of that stuff, you know. And there you go, hands. And then, you know, I like to kind of try to find a rhythm as well. So usually finding that rhythm for the hands can also be really helpful. So, you know, you can try to find here that arch across all these fingers right here, like that. So you can kind of do that to help you out as well. If I were to draw this one more detailed, I would obviously try to, you know, shape up the fingers a little bit here, so to give it a little bit more rhythm, make them look a little bit more dainty and less like French fries. But these are like details that you can do after the fact and not necessarily as like the first thing that you have to prioritize. Yeah. Let's see. And also, hey, Peachy Bunnis, welcome back in. I remember your name. I think did I raid you a while back? I think so. I think I did. Let me know if I'm thinking the same person. Welcome in, and welcome in everybody who's coming in here today. It's been a good stream so far, and I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I tried to plan it out to be a little bit more fun and interesting today. But yeah, you can kind of see here when it comes to drawing hands too, I'm still applying a lot of the a lot of it again is implied to just kind of have a lot of these simplified shapes and stuff. So we're going to kind of go in and, you know, kind of just work at some of the details there. And so you can kind of just keep the simple shapes first and then add a little bit more detail every time. And that's kind of really it. That's kind of the process here for, I think, drawing anything really, is start off with the basic shapes, and then get comfortable with adding in slightly more details. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you for the follow, Moxen, as well. But yeah, welcome in, guys. So let's go ahead and do this other hand here, which I would argue is probably the harder of the two hands. So again, I'm just going to simplify these out, grouping in some of these forms. Let's kind of, here's a good example as well of kind of grouping those fingers together. So you can kind of see how the pinky, right? Pinky's by itself there, chilling. And then here we have like these two groupings of the fingers, like so, right? And then we'll kind of add more detail afterwards. But first, I'm just going to kind of lay it out here. You can kind of see there, right, when you're kind of piecing this all out, just having in those little details. Hey, how's it going? Shout out to my viewers out here today. We got viewers from France, viewers from the US. Actually, I want to do a quick poll with you guys. I want to see where everybody's watching from today. Let's do a quick poll. All right. Run this poll here. I'll do it like this. Let's see here. Where are you from? All right. I'll try to make this as grouped as I can. So we got the North Americas. This includes Canada, by the way. So North America is Canada, all of that stuff. We got here Central plus South America. All right, we're gonna group all of those together. We'll do Europe as its own thing because Europe is huge, and that'll include Western, Eastern, all of those Europes. And then we'll do Africa as its own continent, and then we'll do Asia plus Australia. We're gonna squeeze Australia in here, but I know there's not a lot of Australian viewers because if you are watching from Australia, it's probably like 3 a.m. in the morning right now, and you'd be wild if you're doing that right now. But yeah, vote in the poll. I'd love to know where people are watching in from. Obviously, I'm coming in from the North Americas. Last time we had Europe win, which was like, come on, man. My American viewers, are we really going to let Europe win again? Every time we do this poll, Europe always wins. And it's just like, we just give Europeans the easy W. They've already won in so many things. Come on. We cannot let Europe. Look at this. The gap is only. Come on. You know what the problem is? It's because it's America and my United States of America, and the USA, man. I'm not going to lie here. You Americans, you guys suck at voting. Okay. let's just be honest. Voter participation here is low in the US, man. NA is struggling. They say it's because they're working, right? I know, we know the truth. I live in the US, by the way. I live in California. We all know voter participation sucks in the US. This is why we're losing. It's got nothing to do with time zones today. You can put Africa. Yeah, you can definitely put Africa. I'm teasing, by the way. Shout out to my NA viewers out here. Let's go. Just teasing, just trolling. Oh man. But yeah, welcome in everybody who's watching today. I know we got a lot of European viewers, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I think the time that I stream is a good time for people in Europe because there's not a lot of work. People are out of work, all of that stuff, right? You're chilling out here. Whereas my NA viewers, you guys got work right now. You're probably in the office, or maybe you're even at school. I don't know. Shout out to you guys for sticking around here. All right, let's go see what the winner of the poll is today. Wow, much closer than I expected. Apparently roasting NA helps in increasing viewer participation out here, but Europe still wins again. Europe wins again, guys. Yes. I mean, it's good for my European viewers. Yay, Europe wins. But oh man, one of these days I want to see the US win. I want to see my North American, Canadian viewers come out, guys. We got to do this. We got to do this one time. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into this one today. And I'm just going to be locking in here these fingers. And now when it comes to drawing out the fingers, you can just really group them out. It doesn't have to be more complicated than this. You know, when it comes to drawing out the hands, I try to keep it as simple as I can because I think hands can get so complex already. And so trying to add in all that complexity can really just make your head hurt. Like, how many times have you guys tried to draw a character And what did you do, right? You were like, I gotta draw the hands. Let me put the character's hands behind the back, right? Put an F in the chat if you've ever done that. Or how about this? Put an F in the chat if you've ever tried to draw a face and you were like, I gotta draw this eye, but then now I gotta draw the other eye. Let me actually just put this real quick here. Yeah, there you go. She actually has the hair going this way. She's got the eye covering real quick. Come on, put an F in the chat. I know who you guys are. I used to be there too. All right, the emo cut. Yeah, I used to look back at my art and I was like, yo, why did everybody in my drawings look like they had Justin Bieber hairstyle, man? I know why. It's because I was avoiding my responsibility as an artist. But now I know better. I know better now to not do those things. And so I tell it to you guys as well. All right. Don't forget to draw the other parts there. Never forget. All right, but I would say this is good for the hand. Again, today's not a hand stream. So so we're not going to be doing that yet. Oh, wait, I have one more. Okay, if you haven't typed F yet, okay, put an F in the chat if you've ever drawn a character, but because you maybe didn't know how the anatomy works or whatever, you put your character, you give him just a big baggy clothing. You're like, you know what? This character's got a hoodie. They got a long sleeve. Yeah. That's just the design of the character. I got no clue what the heck is going on with the anatomy. So let me just give him a quick little big hoodie right here. Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy. Hoodie anatomy character. Put an F in the chat if you've ever done that one. Okay, that one I have to get some people on. Come on. I've been there. I used to do this all the time where I would draw some hoodies on my characters because I had no clue. And I'd just be like, no, it's my style, man. It's my fashion. It's my fashion. It's just what I like to do. Yeah, I know you guys. Don't fool me. You can't fool me with that nonsense. But all right, there you go. I hope this one was helpful. This demo right here, showing you guys how to do kind of these more dynamic hand poses here. We'll do one more today, and then I think we'll be solid on today's stream. We knocked out a lot today. I'm actually genuinely surprised at how much we did on today's stream. Yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know if this was helpful to see, helpful to watch, because it's, again, I do these things for you guys. And so I always try to make sure I'm giving you guys the stuff that is valuable to you, not just, not just for me, because, again, I could draw whatever I want to draw here, but I also want to help you guys out and try to give you guys things that I think might be beneficial for you guys to see and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I think this hand should be good. I'm gonna, if I do any more than this, I'll literally be doing a hand stream today. So there you go. Okay, hands. Are they easy? Are they hard? They are hard. Always hard. Hands are I would say never easy, but also they don't have to be super hard. Okay. Do you feel like your students improved to mad skills? I feel like and by students, I'm assuming you're referring to the viewers in the chat, right? I feel like there's probably a good number of you guys who are watching my streams. I don't know. Let me know in the chat, guys. Do you feel like you've improved after watching my streams? I should just ask you guys. Let me know in the chat if after you've watched my streams and found my streams, did you feel like your art has genuinely improved? I'm just curious. I don't know. You guys can say no. It's okay. You can be like, nah, you're not really helpful, but I like your dog. That's fair. I've heard many times from people who come to my streams are like, yeah, I'm mostly here for your dog. He's a good vibe. Like, okay, that's fair. As long as you're hanging out here, I can't complain about that, right? Whether you're here for the art or you're here for my dog, either way, you're here. So, yeah. Thank you for the Prime sub, by the way. Hi Sung. Appreciate that. It's because I'm not drawing. Yeah. First time here. Hey, how's it going? Miss Lexus. Appreciate that. And thank you everybody for coming out here today, guys. You guys are super awesome. Is there any anatomy book, a guide that you would recommend for beginners, huh? Ooh, for beginners? Damn, that's hard because again, I think anatomy for beginners is tough. I would say instead of buying a book, just check out a YouTube channel. Check out YouTube. There's so many content creators out there. There's even myself. I upload anatomy tutorial videos as well. I would say don't spend money on books just yet. I think once you feel comfortable with some of the basic anatomy that you might find for free on the internet, then you can start looking into books like Bridgman's book on anatomy is really good. There's also Tom Fox's book on anatomy is also really good too. So there's so many good ones, but I would say do that after you've explored a little bit more of the basic anatomy, because again, anatomy is a very complex topic and it's not one that I think you should jump in first. I think there's so many other things you could study first, right? I like being with you in your journey to get your current character design job, and it's very motivating. Oh, thank you, Pink Spaghetti. I appreciate that. Which, by the way, hold on. We'll think of something first. Well, I wanted to do it was a drawing of a dog. No, that's my dog. Yeah, that's my dog over there, guys. He's not AI generated. He's a real dog. He sleeps over there. He's chilling, and yeah, that's about it. That's all he does actually on my streams. Okay, boom, 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 boom. All right, I think this was a good one. This was a good one to do. Do you guys want me to do more like these, more of these difficult hand pose ones? Let me know in the chat if you're like, Kaycem, these are the ones I want you to do. I want to see more of these. I want to see you struggle with these difficult hands. Let me know in the chat, because if these are the ones you want me to do, we can do more of these, but these are like, these require my brain cells at full capacity. All right. This is put on pro mode right here. Hands are hard. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Hands are difficult. All right.